All right. Hi, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the LFOs in digitakt. Uh, digitakt has one LFO per effect, so to speak, or per trig. And you can route where the LFO will go, what will it will affect. For example, you can have it on a tune, play mode, bit reduction, start length, loop, and so on. And we're going to start with setting up on a tune. And that is what we're going to work with. But first, we're going to start with go through the different parameters here. So first off, we have the speed. The speed determines how fast the LFO cycles. And with a speed of 0, nothing will happen. Even if you change all the other parameters, nothing will happen. And the BPM is a multiplier of the speed. So it goes faster or slower. Fade is like a fading in or out of the LFO. And here, the fourth one, it's a destination for the LFO, and as I said before, I've chosen the sample tune. And then we have the waves. So we have different waves. We have triangle, sine, square, exponential. Sorry, we have the saw also. Exponential, ramp, and random. And I'm gonna start with the sine. Here's my my function, the sine function. I don't know if you can see it. Let me tilt this a little bit. Yep. So we have our sine wave, and with just a little bit of speed. Let me see, the speed is here, and I would go. Yeah, I didn't go through the phases. We had the start phase where that determines where we start. If we start here, 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 or somewhere in between. We also have modes. We have trig mode, free, which means it goes completely without any trigs. We have one, which was one cycle, and a half cycle, and we have also the whole, which makes the LFO run free in the background, as it says, and it's hold when it's triggered. Yeah, I will start with one actually, so just go one cycle, and the depth is like the amplitude of the function. So depth increases or decreases the amplitude, which in our case will determine the pitch of the voice. So let's start with a little bit of depth, a little bit of speed, and with a starting phase 0, this means we start in oligo. All right, let's see what happens.
I mean, I've seen
everything. Decapitations, mutilations, shootings, stabbings, decapitations, shootings, stabbings, all kind of deaths.
all kind of manner of deaths. I mean, I've seen
everything. Shootings, stabbings.
Yeah. What happens here is that we started here and the pitch went up and then went down to a lower pitch, and then it didn't reach the full cycle because I stopped it before. But that is what would have happened. If I now increase the depth, which is the same thing as increasing the amplitude, we'll go straight up into a high pitch like this, and it will go down like this. It's not the best sine wave, but I think you hopefully understand what I mean. So let's see what happens.
I mean, I've seen mutilations.
Shootings.
All kind of manner of deaths. I mean, I've seen.
Yeah. So it went through the full cycle, and it went a little bit higher, a little bit lower than last time. If I now decrease the depth a little bit, and I shift the phase to 64, which is around half of the full cycle. You remember that the full cycle is 127 something, and it starts at 0. So 64 is somewhere around here. So we should actually start with a lower pitch.
And I've seen mutilations.
I mean, mutilations, shootings.
Which it did. Now we can try another thing here. We can take this face down, so it starts at 0. Oh, by the way, if we start here, it doesn't go the full cycle, even if it's a full cycle. It just goes here and then ends. So let's start at starting phase 0, and then have a negative depth. Let's see what happens.
and I've seen mutilations.
I mean,
Mutilations, shootings, stabbings,
mutilations, shootings, stabbings. I mean, all kind of deaths.
So what happened here was that we went, let's see, another color, red for example. We started at a negative, sort of inverted this sine wave. It's like multiplying every positive value with a negative. And now let's try something else here. Let's change to random, and let's put the depth in somewhere here. Phase doesn't really matter now because the random function looks like this. And the sum of this will be 0, but phase determines where we start. We could start here, here, or here, or here. It doesn't really matter. But random values are positive and negative. And if we now change to sample slot, so we will affect the sample slot. And what happens if we have a negative value? Well, it's okay, as long as we are on the positive side of the not matrix but array. So we start here, 1. Let's do that. Yeah, this is 1. And if I now get a positive value, this will be the base value. So if I get a value of, let's say 8, it will end up being position 9 and we'll get sample 9. But if we get -2, for example, it will be -1. And we don't have any -1. There is no index -1 here. So let's try, see what happens. Which means sometimes when we don't hear anything, we get a negative value. So if I change this to, let's say, around, let's say 20. And if I still have, remember that the depth is the amplitude. So if I increase the depth, we will get more values, higher values in both negative and positives. Let's say fairly safe here and see what happens. So what happened here was that we hear sounds all the time, which means that we're still on the positive side. Let's increase the depth to maximum. Let's see what happens.
Légionnaire n'est pas.
Yeah, sometimes it's quiet because we reach a negative value, a maximum negative value. Not a maximum negative, sorry, but a value that is negative, so we cannot hear anything. Yeah, there's a lot of things we can do with these LFOs. We can affect the decay time, attack time on the filter, amplitude, volume, sample start length, loop position, and so on. And with these different parameters, we can do a lot of things actually. Remember though that we still have one LFO. In the octatrack we have essentially 4 LFO, 3 predefined where you can choose between square wave and all this. And then there is a fourth one, which is user constructed, or you can construct your own LFO or design your own LFO. So it essentially means that you have 4 LFO, which is quite powerful actually. Nevertheless, you can do a lot of funny things with these LFOs. Hope you enjoy this. Bye bye.